Malawi is one of the poorest countries in the world, with 74% of the country's 17 million population living on just 74 pence a day. Let's dollarise that, $1.25. Sadly, poverty is a contributing factor to the very high mortality rate among women in pregnancy or childbirth in the country. Well, one person who is determined to reduce those rates is my next guest. She's the former supermodel and actress, Tasha de Vasconcelos. Now, before we have a chat with her, let's take a look at Tasha's story.
From catwalk and cover model to saving mums in Malawi, Mozambique-born Tasha de Vasconcelos swapped the gloss and glamour of being a supermodel for the likes of Armani, Dior and Lacroix to become a humanitarian ambassador. Over the years, she used her influence to benefit various children's projects across Africa. By 2006, Tasha set up her own organisation called AMOR, aiming to reduce infant and maternal mortality rates, providing medical care to mothers at risk and, where needed, to support orphans. Within 3 years, Tasha opened AMOR's first project, a fully equipped maternity unit in Malawi. It's one of the world's poorest countries, where HIV and AIDS are rife. Maternal mortality rates are amongst the worst anywhere. Tasha's campaign to raise awareness in Malawi and beyond has some high-level support.
It's not fair that in the Western world, the moment a woman becomes pregnant, it's a period of joy from day one. They begin to prepare for the arrival of a baby. I mean, it's a time of excitement. Here, in the part of the world where I was born, a woman becomes pregnant. It's a time of anxiety. Here, poverty has a woman's face. HIV and AIDS has a woman's face. And as if that's not enough, women are dying giving birth.
So that was the Malawian President, Dr. Joyce Banda, and I'm delighted to say that Tasha de Vasconcelos is in the studio with me. A very good morning to you. Now, it is worth stressing, in fact, you're not a former supermodel, you still model, and it's very important to underscoring what you do with your humanitarian work.
Yes, good morning, and thank you. And yes, it's this platform of being an image of beauty and that has given me the possibility to serve my people, the people that I was born amongst in a continent that I love with all my heart. And it's this fight for maternal health that is so important in education to help the ones that are poor that don't have a voice. And I thank you for this welcome this morning.
Well, thank you for joining us and telling us about your work, because, I mean, just picking up on some of the remarks that Joyce Banda made and just expanding on that, the statistics really speak for themselves. 1 in 100 women in Malawi dying during childbirth, compared to 1 in 15,000 in the West.
Which breaks my heart, and that's been one of the main reasons that has, and the enduring commitment to the work with AMOR, the foundation that has been created in 2006, is significantly changing things on the ground. And I'm very thankful for, we need all the help we can get, but I'm very thankful for President Banda, because we need powerful women, also leaders, and Africa has a woman's face. It has it's a continent that is important to be a strong continent for us. For the world to have a strong Africa, we'll have a strong world.
I mean, you were talking about some of the changes that you've seen on the ground since you started your charity. Take us through those changes. How do they show themselves? Well,
it's been the numbers are changing on the ground significantly, from 11% to 25% HIV in the last 6 years. We have 5 hospitals now that have, in the last 4 years, have been built. Maternal health has dropped, the numbers have dropped, but we're in a country, and in the southern part of Africa, where maternal health is at the highest. It's shocking, actually, that to have a baby in the West is a joy, and when you get the announcement of a birth, it's a moment of great excitement. And yet in Africa, in Malawi, and in the southern parts of Africa, and a lot of countries in Africa, it's a moment
of anxiety.
Anxiety, where you're going to maybe lose the baby or the mother, and both. And I think that's what we're fighting for with the enduring commitment, is to change those numbers, and we are.
So it's going very, very well because it is a young charity, so it's achieved a huge amount in such a short space of time. I mean, you talked there about the importance of people like Joyce Banda supporting your work. Also, you have the support of Albert of Monaco. What has that brought to the table?
Well, to be honest, it's a great honor yesterday to have been given the position of honorary consul to Monaco from Malawi. This is a huge mark of encouragement from Africa, from the government, but also showing that the work we're doing, because the honors don't, I mean, life is not about the honors, it's about what you get done on the ground. And this is what I have been called to do and to serve. And I know that if God has allowed me to be in this place, it's to serve this mission. And with all the help and the people, they hear this cry. We have significant industrialists that have supported AMOR. We have partners in the world of beauty and branding, in the world of fashion that have been there. And I'm just a little African girl, I can tell you.
A little African girl who's making a difference. But I mean, it's interesting because a lot of celebrities attach themselves to some of these charities. But if people approach you, how can you be sure that they want to do this for the right reasons, that they're not doing it to promote their brand, to promote themselves?
Well, it's never been about looking for a reason. It's been, my work is coming from the heart. And I always, I think that's if anything comes from the heart, I think you're in the right. And then, of course, then you have to be getting the results on the ground. It started with, it's been 15 years that I've been on the humanitarian mission. And it started with the UN in, the first mission was to Bolivia, and then we went to Algeria. And then I got a call from Nelson Mandela. And for me, this was a turning point in my life, because that call in 1996 was the reconciliation that he said, we need you here. Can you come to help me with the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund? And from that moment, I think that it was bigger than me. I'm not serving a mission for... So when you speak of whether people are involved, I knew from that moment that coming... When I landed in South Africa for the first time, coming back to Africa after, I lived 2 civil wars, and it's been a difficult childhood I saw. But thanks to those moments, I am able to fight for the ones that don't have a voice. And that's what I'm here for.
And it's actually rather timely as well, in the time that's available, that you do a lot of your work with children. So I know that you have very strong views about celebrities who adopt, who take children out of their African environment and bring them to the West, raise them. Time is running very tight, but I mean, what are the concerns that you have about this issue?
Very much to help the children and the mothers, especially the children on the ground, and to keep them in Africa and to support them, because they have families, they have cousins and aunts and uncles, and they have, most of all, a country that they love, that as I did and as I do, we wear on the soles of our feet. And I think that we must help Africa in Africa and help the children in Africa. And we need role models and leaders that are serving the people for education and maternal health. And I will fight for this mission for the rest of my life but AMOR, the foundation's work will go on.
Right.
Even if I go, it'll go on.
Okay. Tasha de Vasconcelos, thank you so much for joining us here on This Day Live, and good luck with your work. It's absolutely phenomenal what you're achieving, and I hope you reach the rest of your goals. Thank you.
Thank you very much.